don't know about y'all. I'm tired.
But before we go on, just be very careful, especially because you're really tall. The doorways are not that big, so you might have to duck a little bit. Like Tom Cruise and the pilots get a lot of that way. That's not actually how it happens. The pilots have to walk out to their aircraft, but it makes it pretty cool scene.
Chance to do something this awesome is better than a Final Four. This is really special to me. Well, I try to do whatever I can do for our military because I'm in awe of them. I think they are the greatest team in the world. There's no question about it. There's nobody even a distant second. And to get to be a part of this is special.
Nothing specific that we're trying to get to. We might just cruise around maybe 5-6 like miles per hour. If we have to get somewhere faster, we can speed it up.
Pretty amazing how many jets they can hold. It's amazing they can put a court down and hold 60 jets in one spot. Definitely a little long walk.
I don't know if I can stand here for a long time. Nope. See one of my hair.
Oh yeah. First thing we had to have.
It's home.
Over here, I can shoot right here. Oh, airway! That's money ball, baby. And this is crazy, man. This is a real life, like a once in a lifetime thing. Like, this is crazy, bro. Like, I'm blessed.
This is definitely the best way to start the college experience as a freshman. You know, this is gonna be fun.
This is amazing. It's crazy. Never see anything like this before in my life. Never.
What a special opportunity. There's 356 Division I teams, and two get this opportunity. The opportunity, the experience. We get to do something that most people would die to do. That says it all.
That's crazy.
Just in awe of the United States military, especially the United States Navy, that have been so accommodating in setting this all up, and Captain Amy Bauernschmidt. Just an amazing experience for us, for the players, and as Winston Churchill said, never has been so much owed by so many to so few, meaning our
Gonzaga in the lighter uniforms, Michigan State in the darker uniforms, and away we go here aboard the Abraham Lincoln.
So with that Hall all the way down on the break, bank shot good. Rebound gathered up by Jackson Kohler of Michigan State. Here comes AJ. Down court pass Hall, slams it home. MSU's lead stays at 2 with 9:10 to go in the first half. Strother goes down the lane, is shot by Sissoko. He blocks him. Here comes Malik Hall. Making a move, bank shot good. Hogart making a move, lob pass. Oh my goodness to Akins. Akins muffed the pass. Somehow Sissoko got it and slammed it. Sissoko knocks it away to Akins, who gives it back to Monty, who slams it home.
Monty Sissoko just hanging around the rim.
Down court it goes. Walker, lob pass, Holloman. It's off the glass. Is it going to count?
They're going to count it.
Michigan State forced 11 Gonzaga turnovers in that first half and limited the Zags to just 3 points off fast break.
Spins into traffic, finds a teammate, and Bolton knocks down a baseline jumper. Timeout, Tom Izzo. Bolton for 3 to tie it.
Lake Hall working on Strother. Working, spin, shoots, got it, we're tied.
1 of 2 for Timmy.
So here we go. MSU's going to try to win this at the buzzer. 9 seconds left. Hogarth still dribbling. Now it goes over to Walker. 5 seconds. Walker in trouble. Here comes Akins for the win, and he misses.
This will be a memory maker for everybody. It would have been a little better memory maker if we won. Somehow I'm going to keep it in perspective. Of all the games I lost, I'm not going to let that deter when we're playing for something bigger today, and that was the veterans thing. I told my guys, you're playing in front of people that give their lives. I'm just asking you to give every bit of energy you have. They give their lives. So I feel proud, I feel good, I feel excited. I'm just disappointed we lost.
This is an athletics-wide initiative. This is an opportunity for us to show support for those 81,000 members of the armed forces who are unaccounted for.
One of the really important reasons to have these honor chairs installed is that it signifies the university really cares about our military-connected student population, and that care extends beyond and into the past, away from our current students.
Sacrifices, there's a lot of different ones. The first and most sacred is the agreement that we're willing to sacrifice our life for the defense of our country and of the Constitution. There's 48 people from the state of Michigan that are currently unaccounted for and are in POW MIA status, mostly from the Vietnam War.
Rolling Thunder is a veterans organization. It originally started with bringing back our prisoners of war and missing in action from Vietnam. Chapter started, we had a big rally in Washington, D.C. 35 years ago. Bringing awareness of our prisoners of war and missing in action are important because not only are we losing memory of where some of our service members are, plus it is also important that we leave no man behind. When we go to war, we bring them home. A part of Rolling Thunder's mission is to educate the public about this. And this is a huge step forward in doing that.
The biggest takeaway for people visiting these facilities and seeing these chairs is understanding there's people that want to be here that never got the chance. You know, they're missing in action, killed in action. They want to be here enjoying these games, and we want people to see that and then have the message that there's always a space there for them at MUN or the Breslin Center or the football stadium.
It's so nice knowing that other people out there and other organizations and schools and universities care, and they want to help spread the word.
Universities, and specifically their athletic facilities, are part of the community. It's a part of Lansing and the greater Michigan area coming to sporting events at Michigan State. So if you think about those honor chairs, we're reserving a place for those people, reserving their memory and recognizing the sacrifice that they've made and that they're still a part of this community.
There will always be a place at Michigan State University dedicated to their honor.
24 years ago when I was a freshman, it was just about the harder you work, the better you're going to be. There wasn't much thought or data supporting like overtraining or overuse injuries.
Athletics is not just the coach subjectively thinking this player should play or this player's fit enough to do this or that. There's just way too much data.
In the past probably 5 to 8 years, as wearables have changed, so really driven the decisions that we make in practice and in games.
We get real-time data. We get real numbers to be able to say, this is where our player's at physically. This is some of the numbers we're trying to hit. This is some of the things we have to keep in mind. Because at the end of the day, player safety is our #1 priority. If you're playing safe and our players are confident and know they're being well looked after, they tend to be able to empty the tank and give everything they have within those parameters we're setting.
At MSU, we really have a very unique environment for applying sports science and athletics. #1, we have a world-class kinesiology department that we can really lean on professors with expertise in given areas. They have lab equipment that we can use, but then the other part that we really have is a athletics department that is very open to spending the resources on acquiring the technology that we need to get the information that we need.
It's about making sure that they can maximize their experience here. And we're doing that with nutrition, we're doing that with our facilities, but the ability for the student athletes to better take care of their bodies is important. And our Department of Kinesiology really are the experts when it comes to that.
There's so many pieces coming together and so much right now with what we have here in kinesiology, over in sports science and athletic training. Combining all of this together, all of our expertise to really answer some of these questions about long-term health, but also giving back to our student athletes here and hopefully allowing them to be as best as they can be.
So what it allows us to do is have a resource, someone that is outside, they can see the latest trends in other sports, think about how that may apply and help us. Professor Harkey with kinesiology as a researcher and brings very much a biomechanist and a research-focused emphasis to what we do, and that helps us get the best info we can for our athletes.
Where we're looking at muscle discrepancies or we're looking at imbalances with players for quad to hamstring ratio, which is then driving our decision making in the weight room, in the training room for kind of our prehab as well as our rehab, and really individualizing player development and player growth, which I think we're doing at a level that others aren't.
We have put a big emphasis on collaboration, knowing we have experts in the field, leaning on them. It doesn't matter if they're in the athletic department or not. Again, with the mission of giving the athletes the best environment as possible, then we exhaust all avenues to do that. And that's really where that's top down from your athletic director down through your coaches and into your athletes. Our athletes are more than willing to cooperate with what we're doing and are really asking a lot of questions and very engaged with what we're doing. And they're excited about the data that they're receiving on their end and just building that trust and helping push their training to the next level. I mean, it's been fantastic.
My specific research is trying to understand why people following knee injuries are at risk for arthritis. So some of these techniques are trying to look at kind of the long-term health of the joint to see if is anything that these athletes doing kind of putting their joint and creating some type of structural change that may set them up for arthritis or some other long-term decline in health.
Most coaches will tell you that the greatest ability is availability, right? So how can we get them to play at their best if they're not able to practice, if they're not able to train, if they're not able to actually be out on the field on game day? So that's when we need them the most. So how can we reduce the risk of injury as much as we can, knowing it'll never be zero? But how can we just ensure that we're giving them the best chance to compete at the highest level for their sport?
What can we do and what techniques are we doing to be able to identify athletes at risk for injury? That's kind of the ultimate goal, is to use some of these different tools, whether it's the ultrasound imaging, the jump landing biomechanics, the GPS monitoring. What are these different pieces of the puzzle that we can put together to understand who's at risk?
Jim Pignataro was kind of the person behind all of this, and so for him not to be here to see this kind of playing out, you know, I know he'd be proud looking at where this has evolved and moved to, and I think that our sports science department as a whole, with Bill Burkhart, who's kind of leading the charge, we've got a lot of people that are full-time staff members, that are grads, master's students, that are here putting their time and energy into this, and they're passionate about it. They love the numbers, the data, the information. So I think we are in the front edge of this, and I think we're going to see more people that want to get on board to what we're doing. From institutional level to companies such as Catapult or others that we're using for our wearables, I think we're only going to see it keep growing.
Our collaboration will probably always be ongoing. It's been mutually beneficial for everyone. My vision is that when an athlete steps on this campus, they can be assessed. We can know exactly what they're bringing wherever they're coming from, and we can design and implement the proper program for them to help them perform at the level they want to perform at, and should anything happen to them from an injury standpoint, knowing that they have best of care to get them back as safely and as effectively as possible.
I think it's just this evolution of athletics as a whole, and I think for female athletes to feel empowered with their bodies and knowing how they can be better, and to me this can be a tiny difference in winning and losing, and that we're committing the time, the resources, the manpower, the energy to do this. It says a lot for our commitment to female student athletes here at Michigan State.
Welcome Welcome to East Lansing and welcome to Spartan Stadium. As today, Michigan State is back home after 2 road games and will be hosting the Scarlet Knight of Rutgers.
Both teams need this win to help their bowl chances.
Gotta start fast. Start fast.
The Spartan captains ready for the coin toss. Xavier Henderson, Jaden Reed, and Bryce Barringer. Deep for the Spartans. Here's the boot by Rutgers.
And a return for Michigan State to get the party started. And a good return out across the 30. So Peyton Thorne making his 24th consecutive start. Peyton Thorne over the middle. Good pitch and catch finding Trey Mosley.
Keon Coleman, short side right. Instead, they do hand it to Broussard. Makes a tackle. Breaks another one. He's got another first down for the Spartans.
Defense has got to get the ball back.
Second down. Bang. Spartan defense steps up again. Thorne takes the shotgun snap, winds up and throws over the middle. Big time grab by Daniel Parker.
Lofting that over the middle, there's Parker. Right down the middle and into the end zone for a Michigan State touchdown.
Second down and 12 for Rutgers at their 41 as we start the second. Wimsett throws it right side. It is batted away by Ben Van Sumeren.
Off the play fake, Gavin Wimsett got it wide open. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights.
Second down and 5. Thorne takes the snap. He's in the pistol. Unloads left sideline for Jaden Reed. Falling down, grab, he's got it.
Reed in motion, Berger gets it straight ahead. Berger extends and scores. Touchdown, Spartans.
All day long, George. Hands it off to Jalen Berger. He just picked his way patiently.
Wimsett. Hands to Young. Starts up the middle and cuts off to the left. No. Tosses it to Cruikshank on the end around. From the left to the right, he'll lose yardage. 3-yard loss.
And Michigan State has a 14-7 lead at intermission.
And the second half is underway. End over end kick fielded by Cruikshank. Dropped it at the 10. Picked it up and was hammered down. And some guy this time running off right guard. He only gets 2. Peyton Thorne takes the snap, hands to Berger. Berger off left tackle, breaks a tackle. He's on the near left sideline. He's inside the 30. Down he goes at about the 25-yard line. Spartans at the Rutgers 25-yard line. Snap back to Peyton Thorne. Thorne, bullet pass, goal line, caught by Jaden Reed into the end zone. Touchdown, MSU. Sitting under center. The numb guy's the running back. A hand to him running left. And he breaks a tackle, and not the next one. Whips it. Wants to throw. Has time. Throws over the middle. It is incomplete. Behind the shank. And the Scarlet Knights, the handoff goes to Aaron Young on first down, and he is slammed down by Jalen Hunt, who's having a heck of a ball game. Takes the shotgun snap, zings it right sideline, batted away, incomplete.
39-yard attempt. And this one is blocked. And it's scooped up and then dropped again. Speed had it. This from 47. Snap and hold are good, and the kick looks good, and it is.
It has the Nunn guy to his right. Does he dare hand it to him or throw it to him? He's back to throw. He's going to be sacked.
Hey, 50, you good? Mel Tucker's team gets a very important win Michigan State wins it 27-21.
Tonight's all about fast starts. It's about creating that first goal scoring chance, okay, but it's also about just the fast start with everything we do. Okay, it's about taking territory through possession, it's about making them